What is up, guys? Flippin' Steve back with another video. Pretty excited about this one because it's an SGC reveal. Just got an order home today. 15 cards sent in, and I know that they did not grade one of them. So 14 cards to show. Well, I'll show the one that didn't grade. But anytime you get a graded order back, you know, it's just super exciting. Also, I have a couple recent pickups because this SGC order is not your typical sports cards. It's a lot of oddball items, the type of items that I like to send to SGC. And the cards that I've received in the mail over the past 2 days have also been those types of cards, you know, oddball, collectibles, things that I'm either going to PC or items that, you know, you just don't see them that often. And that's the type of items I like to send to SGC because of the lack of slab competition. You've heard me mention slab competition before. What that means is you just don't see many of these cards slabbed, period. With SGC offering a good rate, you know, you can buy these cards cheap, you can grade them cheap, and you can sell them to collectors. And most of the time, these are going to be collectible type cards. The first thing I noticed, though, because I have opened my SGC box, as you can see, here's the brick of cards. They're still bubble wrapped. Tuxedo time right here. But the first thing I noticed is they used to come in a big white box, like a reusable box. I've actually reused these boxes to mail cards out in the past. In fact, I have a consignment order ready to go out for consignment, and I packed about 20 slabs or 15 or so slabs into one of those for that reason. So maybe it's to cut cost. Who knows? If cutting cost can increase, you know, turnaround times and things, then, you know, I'm all for it. Or, you know, just cutting costs in general for a business makes sense. Anyway, I'm going to pull the paperwork out of here really quickly, and we're going to talk about when I sent this in, how long it took. Now, this order cost me slightly over 400 bucks. We'll get the total. So the cards that I sent in, I probably have less. Let's see, there's 15 cards. I probably have less invested than $10 average per card. Some of the cards were like $20 per card, but some of them were like $3 a card, believe it or not. So, again, I'm looking to probably recoup about 600 bucks on these 14 slabs, which means I need to average, you know, I could average around $50 a slab, and pretty much do okay with that. So again, that's the way that I look at it. Right now I see on top the card that they did not grade, and we'll check the invoice. This was so it was a $450 fee, so that's what I'm looking to recoup, my $450 plus, let's say, $150 worth of value in cards. So about $600 invested in this 14 slab lot. If I can average $10 per slab, I mean $100 per slab, I'm sorry, then I'll make out really well. This was submitted on November 4th electronically, and I believe that they received it on around November 8th. And then they shipped it to me on December 13th. That's when they actually sent me shipping. Yes, they did upload my images, which I couldn't originally find. We were talking about that on our live stream. And guys, real quick, if you didn't check out our live stream or my live stream that I had on Monday or Tuesday night this week, it was on Tuesday. If you missed it, go back and either watch it or just listen to it. It was really good. I had 5 guests on. There were 6 people on the panel. We had Neo, we had Dakota from Sports Card Anonymous, we had Michael Ham, we had Kenneth Fornos, and we had Dustin, the PF, the personal finance dad, the PFD, like I like to call him. And it was just a good talk. It was funny. It was informative. It was just a good time. So again, if you didn't check that out, make sure you go back and take a look at that. So we're looking at, from the time that I submitted it at my home on November 4th to the time that I received it back today, which is December 15th. We're looking at just a little bit over a month, door-to-door action. All right, door-to-door. We're looking at about a month and a week or so. So yeah, going to go ahead. We're going to flip the camera around. We're going to take a look at the cards, the ones that I picked up in the mail, as well as my SGC order. And we're going to breeze through this so that the video is not much longer. I'm just going to show you guys what they are and wrap it up. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some cards. Now, if you're expecting any big fancy cards or any bangers or anything like that. That's not what this order submission is. You know, sitting right here, I actually don't expect a lot of the grades to even be very high because of the types of items that I was submitting. So you'll see what I'm talking about when I get into those cards. Real quick, I'll show you a couple items that have come in the mail over the past couple days. 1969 Panini Contanti The Who sticker. Picked this up at a great deal. Been eyeing up some in lower grades, and a 7 popped up actually cheaper than the ones I was going to buy. Adding this to my rock and roll collection, which one day I'll get around to doing a video on my rock and roll items. In the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt Sr. You guys know I scoop these autos up whenever I see them. Clean, beautiful signature that he has, and hard to find them, you know, on card where the auto has looks nice. Let's just say the card stock back then, the ink absorbs into it and such. I got a Topps Allen and Ginter, Jackie Joyner Kersey. Picked this up for the PC. This was only $40. I was like, hey, what the hell? I'm going to grab this. I remember, you know, as a kid watching her in the Olympics. She's like one of the first names that I remember, you know, in female athletes winning gold for the United States. And I got this sweet Burt Reynolds auto relic card. Now, this shirt was worn in Evening Shade, which was a TV series. So it's not like it was one of his big movies like Smokey and the Bandit or The Longest Yard or Boogie Nights, Cannonball Run, which I love that movie, but it is numbered out of 25, and it is a auto relic. Just looks really cool, and again, that'll get added to my music / movie star type collection. And sorry if you guys hear some noises in the background. My little doggy's being a little disruptive. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the order here, and this is the card that they did not grade. I guess it just says no. And this was the Mike Tyson Little Mac lenticular card. Here, still a great looking piece. I think it's really cool. I guess they just don't grade this type of stuff. Next up is a wrestling card. This is a 2002 Royal Rumble, and you see the edges are beat up on this Royal Rumble. This is a Brock Lesnar, and they graded it an A, which is authentic. So I don't know if this card was altered or if it wouldn't even have graded a 1. I mean, honestly, I think anything would grade a 1, but this was an event-worn shirt. Kind of bummed that this really didn't grade. And I would really like to know, you know, if they graded something an A because they think the card is altered, I wish they would give me notes as to why. So I'm just kind of sitting here wondering why this card, you know, is considered altered when I know that I pulled this out of a pack myself years ago. Actually, at a pack that I got at a Spencer Gifts store in the local mall. I've got another wrestling card coming up. I'm going to have 2 of these, and these are Andre the Giant Takara board game cards. A 6 and a 6.5. These are actually great grades for old Andre the Giant cards. His Wrestling All-Star cards graded in, you know, 6s, 5s, 4s, sell for really good money. This is a card you just don't ever really see listed or graded. And this came from a 1981 board game that was issued in Japan. As you can see, got the Japanese writing on the back with the numbers, where the cards were, I guess, were kind of used like the dice. You would pull a card, it would have a 9 on it, and I guess you would move that many spots on the board. These are really cool. Next up, this is going to be a Goodwin's champion, John Brzenk. You might be, John who? Well, he's an arm wrestling champion, one of the greats ever. The movie Over the Top was actually based on him, and he was one of the extras in that movie as well. If you don't know that 1980s movie with Sylvester Stallone, then you're just not as old as me, or you should go check it out. But anyway, that's graded in a 9. Again, I bought this card for $3, so I'm $33 invested with the grading fee. There should be somebody out there that might want to buy that card. If not, then I just have it for the PC, you know, at low cost. Next, I have 2, and these are going to be 2013 Mohamed Salah stickers issued from Serbia. And I got a 9 and a 6. The old 6-9er. But anyway, you know, to the naked eye, I mean, honestly, look at the 6 and look at the 9. To the naked eye, I don't know where there's a 3 grade difference. But anyway, this and a 9 is a great item. I have a BGS 9 and been offered decent money for it. So I'll probably get at least a third of my submission back on just this, or maybe even half of it. You know, like I said, I'm $600 invested in all this stuff. And I just feel like one of these will get me at least $300 to $400. Or, well, this one will. The 6, who knows? And again, I'm looking at that and I'm wondering how it got a 6. Next up is a Kelly Slater card, like the Tony Hawk Sports Illustrated for Kids cards that you see, perforated out of the book. And this gets an A on it as well. And I'm going to wonder why. Here's my thing. You see the perforation around the edges. And they won't grade these if the perforation is missing. So if you cut it out with scissors and it's smooth, they're not going to grade it. They're looking for those perforated edges. And the right edge here is not perforated, but that's because this is the edge of the page. If you were to take the page out of the book, this is the outside, so it's going to be smooth. The other cards connect to it from the top, bottom, and the left, and the right is the outer edge. So it's smooth, and I wonder if the grader knew that or took that into account, considering that they probably don't see many of these come across their desks very often. So I'm not really sure. Again, I wish I had some notes on that. Again, the order not looking very good as far as grades go, but again, that was to be expected. Again, this is a France 98 World Cup. This is Ronaldo R9. And they hit this with a 4. And I don't know. Good color. Decent centering for a 98 World Cup sticker. The white is... The back is white. It's not browned. I don't know. I think they're very tough on that grade right there. Very tough on that grade, because I've had this in a PSA 8 in the past, and that just looks like a tough grade. You guys let me know what you think. Does that look like a tough grade to you? Next up, the only modern card in the order, and this was the only one that I'm hoping to get a 10 on. This is a 1998 Luminance, Panini Luminance Gold Parallel. Technically, it's Tom Brady's first Bucks card. Well, not technically, it is his first Bucks card, although people like the Mosaic and the Prism and such. Because this is a lower end product. This is numbered out of $2.99, gold, and it gets a 10. That's what I needed to carry this order right here. So that's pretty good. And this card looks good in the tux because of the red and the black of the Tampa Bay uniforms. So again, I probably shouldn't have much trouble moving that, you know, for a little bit of money. Next up, we gotta have a Carnage Precious Metal Gems. This is the bronze, numbered out of 199. This comes back a 9.5, which is a great grade on these. These are tough to get graded higher than an 8 on any PMG. So even though it is the bronze, the less desirable one because it's numbered out of 199, that's a great grade. You're not going to find many of these graded like that. Very pleased with the Carnage 9.5. Now we got a Carnage Blue PMG numbered out of 49. You know, and again, anything above an 8 on this will be great. And we get a 9 on that. That's awesome. Again, so to put this a little bit in perspective, I bought this card for like $8 or $9 a year ago. So I'm, you know, about 40 bucks invested there with the grading fee. And this one I bought for maybe 25 bucks. Even if I bought it for 40, if I'm like $70 invested in this, I definitely believe I can get something back out of that. This here will probably cover my entire grading, all my costs, everything I talked about in the beginning. This one card probably makes up for it and puts me in the green. Carnage Jambalaya here. And I knew the edge on this was a little whitened at the top. That's the trouble on these Jambalayas. And it gets an 8.5. Again, awesome looking with the slab. This black and red on black tux is just awesome. I mean, it just almost matches. Again, another great pickup I got on ComC over a year ago for like $12. An 8.5, believe it or not, is a satisfactory grade on that. Next up, Venom Precious Metal Gems out of 199. And another 9 on a PMG. So my order definitely being saved by these Marvel cards. Definitely going to put me in the green, maybe even double up. And so yeah, and if anybody's interested in this stuff, reach out to me on IG. I don't normally pump my cards in my videos, but again, this stuff may not hit eBay, and it's oddball items. So if you're an oddball collector, a Marvel collector, and you like any of this stuff, hit me up. We can strike a deal, whether it's cash or trade. And then last but not least, and this card is actually a card I have bet with someone. I have a bet with someone on who's going to win the Super Bowl this year. And if their team wins, I got to send them this card. And if my team wins, they got to send me a card from their collection. And but right now it's still mine. And this is a Michael Jackson card that I bought at a Philly show a long time ago. It's a Michael Jackson relic, actually worn by Michael Jackson, and yeah, from Panini. And it comes back graded an 8.5, which is a really good grade because these are hard to find. First of all, they're thick, and you know how patch cards are. Again, Michael Jackson live, swatch, graded at an 8.5. Just get a slab on that, authenticate it, make it look nice, protect it. So there you have it, guys. If you enjoyed any of these cards, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give me a like. Make sure you hit a sub. Give me a sub. Tell me which card you liked best out of here, and if you have any orders out right now, guys, and what are some oddball items that you're looking at picking up? Because again, I do the sports cards, but I love the oddball items. So yeah, point something out to me that might not be on my radar, because I love finding that type of stuff. All right, guys, thank you, and until next time, good luck in your collecting, your investing, and your submitting with your grades. Good luck with that, and I'll see you guys later.